So, everybody gets all your stuff together, and you all kind of gather your things. I don't think you guys are like checking out of the inn yet, so you just sort of, I assume, gather what belongings you just want for your little trip over to the farm, which you guys have been to before. So you all get together, Wolf included, and you all kind of start heading over to the farmstead. The walk through town is pretty normal. It's the morning, kind of crack of dawn, a little bit after, the sun's up. It's a pretty quiet town. There's not a lot of people in Don Laika. You do see a older sort of turtle folk woman that's sort of sipping some tea on one of the porches of one of the houses. She sort of like takes note of you guys as you go by. The little boutique is not quite open yet. You guys sort of just, doop-a-doop-a-doop, move your way out to the farm. It takes, I think what I described, like 5-10 minutes or something like that to walk all the way out there. The morning dew is still kind of, hanging from a lot of the grass as you guys approach. But you guys eventually make your way to the cellar under the house where some of you know that Folia had been kind of staying in. You can hear sounds of movement on the inside. I guess who wants to go in first? Do you guys all want to pop in there together? What's your vibe? How do you guys want to begin this?
Generally speaking, for how this is all going to go, I'm going to take Albus's, kind of let him take the lead.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll walk in first, I guess.
Okay. So you kind of walk down the cellar, and there's, lots of shelving and other stuff in there, but there's definitely, you can see there's a whole area that Folia has sort of made her own, where there's a large cauldron that's sort of, propped up on like 3 sort of feet, sort of look like chicken feet made out of iron on it. There's a number of like extra boxes and things that look much newer or fresher than a lot of the other stuff in the cellar. So probably things that she's been, finagling with and whatnot. And you can see that she is currently up, and she appears to just be working on something. She's sort of at what looks like would have been like a little workbench that was down there in the cellar, and she's just got like a book open, and she kind of seems to be like reading through it. She's just there. She's her staff is sort of propped up, sort of sticking up on the cellar floor, kind of standing by itself. As you guys walk down, she takes note that you guys are there. She goes, "Oh, hello. I see you've all made it."
I'll address her. I'll just tell her, "Good morning. We're here to help in any way that we can."
Yes, as we had discussed. Did you all sleep well, I hope?
And sleep.
As well as we could have. Well enough to help. Well enough to be rested enough to help.
She kind of nods.
Yeah, I'm very ready to help.
Gosh, are you in any way trying to disguise the fact that you are definitely nervous, or?
Nope. Shoulders up to my ears, like.
And she goes, I see. If I recall, there were some concerns about us doing things this way. Young Kestrel, was it? You had wanted to ensure that, well, you were in no danger, yes? She goes, yes. Well, today the plan would be, and you can tell she's a little, like, she's unsure exactly how to proceed here, but she goes, well, the plan would be that we, there's a number of rituals at my disposal, and we were going to attempt to help enter the dreams of the individuals afflicted by their experience in Casimir. And during that, we could hopefully, with your help, Miss Kestrel, maybe rid themselves of whatever ails them and help them recover from this sickness that plagues their minds. How would you feel most comfortable proceeding?
Well, I would prefer, maybe to see your grove first, before we step inside.
And she nods. She goes, "Of course, of course." And if everything is if everything looks all right to you, when we enter the minds of the others, does it need to be just you, or would your friends need to come along as well?
I would prefer that my friends come too.
Yeah. Fucking question is that?
And she nods and she goes, "Okay. I'll admit I'm not sure what exactly your expertise on this is. I'm not familiar with your grove, after all. But yes, certainly. Let me see what I can. Be a couple moments." And
Sorry, Jason, quick, just, and I hate it when people do this, but I'm going to do it because I had to let Corvo back inside. Did anyone bring up, like, hey, did you offer us psychic protection last night?
No, she made a pointed remark about asking how we slept, but Roz let it slide for the time being.
Okay, so we're wanting to just do this first, and then we'll follow up with that later.
That's kind of her intent, yeah.
Okay, that's checking. That sounds great.
Fill her into the bargain and then see if between both sides maybe having a casual trust, then if we can push for that information.
Has Folia left at this point?
so she kind of turns and she begins prepping some stuff. It looks to be. You're experienced enough with cooking. She looks to be getting some tea together, mixing like leaves and things like that. And you can see that she's got like a couple of different like little teacups. They don't really match at all. It looks like it's a little variety of different teacups and a little, little, what do you call it? Kettle? Yeah. And she sort of is she's got one of those set aside, and she sort of attends over to the cauldron. It seems like she's actually just brewing some tea, despite the fact that the cauldron is much larger than it would need to be for her to brew tea.
Okay.
She appears to be using it to do that currently. There would appear to be some sort of magic, because you don't see a flame underneath this cauldron at all, but you can definitely hear the water starting to like boil and everything like that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I take note of that, but I mostly as Kester was answering questions, I was looking at her and I saw her worry and I saw her tenseness, and I just want to ask her before we start. It's just, Kester, are you okay?
Is Folia busy? Are other people busy?
Folia seems to be focusing on getting this tea together, so she's busy. What everyone else is doing, that I don't know.
I am applying a cold compress to a tiger folk's forehead.
Great. So everyone else is minding their own business.
We'll let you guys talk.
By a cold compress to a tiger folk, do you mean like one of the people you guys are trying to help, or like?
Albus.
I'm sticking it on
To me.
Albus's forehead.
God,
Dab, dab,
I'm getting the
dab, dab.
vapors.
I just, because I will say, it keeps popping up. There are no tiger folk here for you guys to help. They're explicitly not tiger folk, but they were people that were in Casimir when it happened.
Right,
And
Oh.
I keep mentioning that. It keeps slipping through. these are not tiger folk. They're non-tiger folk that were present when it happened, and whatever they saw and experienced seems to have affected them in some way, but it is different. So
Oh.
Well, I just wanted to find an
Yeah.
excuse to get out of the scene, but now I'm going to be staring directly at Kestrel the entire time.
That's so fucked up. Yeah.
Leaning forward with the cold compress.
I mean, I'd be there. I mean, if
Okay, cool. So y'all are just kind of fucking hanging out, I guess.
no, it's like I mean, Kestrel.
Christ, stop. I can't.
Oh, Jesus.
I did. I don't want to put you on the spot. So this is something that you don't need to do. Is there anything I can do to make it easier, or?
I don't think so. I've just I know Albus has got things going on, and I know you got things going on, and Rosalind's got things going on. We all got things going on, but I got things going on too. And those things are making me a little nervous today. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how you said that my kin spirit and I were separate in the dream?
Yes.
That's maybe why I'm a little nervous today.
Is because there's something unresolved between you and your kin spirit, or?
There's a lot of issues. Do you know how you keep asking me to talk about the facility? Do you know how my kin spirit attacked Steve when we fought the Brambles? Do you remember all that? Well, that's what's going on. And that's a conversation for another time, but I have to do my best today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's anything I can do to really make it better, but I'm here, and maybe I'll stand foolishly against your kin spirit. But
Well, I hope she doesn't attack anybody. That's the reason I'm nervous.
Oh.
Yeah. So, to answer
Okay.
Albus's question, no, I'm not doing well.
I was gonna say, didn't it start? Was it Albus gonna be
Yeah.
a toxic
I
Kestrel?
kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hi,
Oh.
Albus. Hi. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
doing
was
well.
standing there. It's fine.
And also, I will say, fully at one point, as she's making tea, goes, and if one of you could please find Pickle for me. He's wandered off again.
Pickles.
I love Pickle.
I don't know who's gonna go
And
find
nobody's
he is-
looking for him.
He is not going to find Pickle, I'll tell you that. Maybe that's a way to get Gun off to go do it. I don't know.
Kestrel,
I'll just say to Kestrel that I do not want her to put herself into any more mental strain than she's already been through. And if she doesn't feel comfortable doing this, we will all understand.
But I have to. Don't I? What kind of person would I be if I just let them stay trapped in this death-like sleep and I don't know. I can't just leave them. So I kind of have to, don't I?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It's running.
Whoa.
It's running such a risk to yourself that if it doesn't work, then not only are they not better, but you're not better either. We can try, but if there's any way, if you feel any sense that you cannot do it, I want you to remove yourself.
So you know how you, in the dream, right? And I don't remember all of it, or any of it actually. But do you know how I told you curiosity should have taken you then, right?
Of course, yes.
I think that if I have you all there with me, that it will help me to undergo this process to help these people. I don't know how, but I know that I need something support. I need my kin spirit to look at me again, and I need something. I need something. So I need you all to be there.
We will be
Mostly.
here. Whether we will always be here. However, we can help with the kin spirit situation. We will be there to help as well. And then I'm going to immediately go off and find Pickles.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, you
I'm
have
kidding.
to pickle.
Wow.
Bye.
Heartfelt conversation. He immediately turns around after saying that,
Where's that damn
and then
pickle?
walks off. Yeah. Well, they're here. They're gonna help. That's cool.
All right, we're going to do it.
I'm nervous.
We're going to do it.
Okay. Make me an insight. Let's see if you can find Pickle.
Albus.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
let's
joking.
pickle. Oh shit.
You were joking?
I was 100% joking. No, I was 100%
Okay,
joking.
okay,
Sorry.
He did
Oh.
quietly say,
I was
just kidding,
100%
under his breath
joking.
after.
Okay.
Who is looking for pickle?
I don't know.
Someone should look.
I've already said nose goes, so that's.
I was just gonna be like, maybe if it takes your mind off it, maybe we could search for Pickle together.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
This reminds me of hunting roaches.
Where is that roach, by the way?
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, yeah.
it's-
Who has the roach?
Rosalind, where's the roach? Can the roach hunt for Pickle?
If you'd like it to, she can certainly take it out of her satchel.
It will like literally run off the minute you let it out of there.
That is going to be a curse that you have to bear when you ruin the gift you gave her.
I'm not asking for Pickle.
We walk into her house of healing and unleash a roach, and then leave to go find Pickles.
And leave without explaining.
Yeah.
Pickle's hungry. Pickle's gonna eat that roach.
Okay. Well, it looks like me and Gunolf are gonna look for the roach together to settle some nerves and solve a
Okay.
problem at the same
Okay.
time.
Which one of you wants to be the leader in the role, and which one? Or I guess you guys could both make separate roles as well, or you guys can
Well,
nominate somebody to be in charge.
I feel like this is going to be a distraction thing for Kestrel, so I think Gunolf is going to primarily take the lead, and Kestrel's going to help. Is that?
I mean, I got the better insight, so
That's true.
maybe I need to be distracted and you just need to help me.
Well, and can
Maybe.
this is maybe a bad question. Should Kestrel, is it helpful to be distracted right now, or like to be focusing on this thing that she's about to do? And
I was thinking the
either
same
answer
thing.
can be fine.
What I
but-
need to do is see Folia's grove so I can make sure she's kosher, and then we can
Okay.
do the ritual, okay?
Mhm.
So it
I
sounds
need
like
to sit-
distraction is fine.
The distraction's fine. I'm worried about going into somebody else's dream space and like getting stuck there with a bunch of shit and stuff. So like maybe that's my concern.
What's going to be the best for Kestrel? What is it? Distraction,
Right
or
now,
is it
let me
like?
just fucking hunt this damn roach.
Okay, all right.
Oh my
The
god.
roach. Wait,
Whatever
the
helps
roach. You mean the pickle?
Wait, sorry, Pickle.
The pickle roach.
Find that Pickle.
I'm mixing my shit up.
Match, Kestrel's losing it.
Jason, you remember the voice you did for Pickle?
Hold on.
Isn't it like super
Yes.
high pitch?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah,
I'm
hello.
Pickles.
I'm Pickle.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
That's it.
Hello.
Oh god.
All right. I'm looking for him. Gunolf, help me out.
Gunolf's helping out.
Fuck you.
Oh hell!
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
Nice.
Is it just insight? Insight, you said?
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. looks like
Yeah.
it.
All right. Yeah.
16.
Fuck yeah.
And
Oh
then
my god.
There you go.
So 17.
You guys fucking like Step on him, you find him so.
I don't
I'm
step on Pickle, but
I'm so sharp right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking, man. We're in there. We're turning over. I don't know what's in this. Is there like
So-
a bunch of hay on the ground? What's going on?
no. So you get outside and you're looking around, and your immediate thought is, "I'm Pickle. Where do I go? What's the most interesting
Smoke
thing
pickle.
that you could do right now? Like, if you're just gonna go do something, what could you do?" And looking around the farmstead, you see, like, it's early morning. There's not a lot going on, but you do see there are some cows out in the field, and your immediate thought is, "Oh, those are probably friend-shaped to Pickle." So you head out to where all the cows are, and sure enough, some of them are still like kind of sitting down, but a number of them are kind of standing up and they're grazing. And perched in between the horns on one of them is Pickle, just sort of looking around. And as you approach, he just goes, "Hello."
Yeah.
Hey, Pickle. How's
Hello,
it going,
hi.
buddy?
I have friends.
Yeah, I see that. What can you tell me about your friends?
And he goes, "Very long." And then he kind of like runs down the length of one of them. And he just goes, "They go moo."
You like making lots of friends, Pickle.
Yeah.
I say.
And he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Why so sad?"
I got a lot of reasons to be sad, Pickle.
And he kind of tries to scurry up to the edge of the cow. And he goes, "You want a hug?"
Aw.
Yeah, I could use a hug right now, Pickle.
Oh,
Thanks.
Papa.
Okay, so
I'll pick him
you-
up.
Okay,
Pickle
you pick
never
him up.
felt sad in his life.
You pick him up, and he kind of I don't know, what do you do with him?
I don't know. I just kind of hold him to my chest or something like that, you know?
Okay,
Like
and
right
he
up
kinda,
here.
He kind of just bumps his head, like the top of his head, into you a little bit.
Mhm.
There's not really much of a hug. He only has tiny little nude arms, but this seems to be his understanding of a hug. As he kind of like, sort of like a cat nuzzling their head into you. But he's just sort of like blop, and just sort of does it. And he just goes, "All better now?"
Getting there. Thank you. It helps. I think Folia needs your help though, so we should probably go inside.
Okay.
And all right, that's great.
Hey.
Carry him back inside, I guess. What's up?
Hey, Pickle, what do you do when Folia is sad?
And Folia sad? And he's sort of like, there's like a twist to his head as he kind of thinks, and he just goes, "Hugs."
Do you do hugs and dances?
Oh, lots of dances. Dance is fun.
What's your favorite dance?
Oh. And he starts just doing like a little dance. It looks sort of similar to what he was doing the other day on the box, where he's just sort of like moving his front and his back like opposite of each other. He's just sort of doing like a little thing, but then every now and then he'll sort of do like front leg up, back leg on the other side up, and then he'll sort of switch them up and do the other two, and then like he's just sort of doing a little thing. Yeah.
I'm going to attempt my best to replicate it. You can be like this, buddy.
And he's like, yeah, and then he kind of does like a little circle in Kestrel's hand. He's very excited that you're doing it.
Yeah, I'll also do the circle. Just,
Great.
being a little silly.
This is very silly behavior.
Yes, one of the cows just is like,
Does the cow start dancing too?
No,
Bob?
no, the cows are not dancing, but the cows are a little. They're looking at you funny because like there's now this like dancing person in the middle of their field, and they're not really sure what to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start carrying Pickle back. I don't know what the hell's going on with these two. They're goofy. It's kind of making me, Like, I don't know whether or not to just be offended that they're doing this right now or to be, like, amused by it. And I asked
So
Pickle
hoping for the amusement.
a little bit of both, you know? Bit of column A and column B. And I asked Pickle, do you ever feel when Folia gets sad? Do you feel it?
And he sort of goes, yeah?
Like in here, and I touch my chest.
He goes, yeah.
Do you know why Folia gets sad?
And he goes, yeah, friends. Friends can't see no more.
Okay. I got a friend too. And we don't see each other very much right now, so and it's making me kind of sad, so maybe I'll ask Folia about it.
Yeah. Friends are good. Must have friends. Keep friends close. When you can't see friends, then you get sad.
Okay. And hugs are good too.
Hugs are good. And he kind of bumps his head into your hand.
Very nice. I carry him inside.
Got it. Those of you that were in there while they were out having a pickle escapade, any kind of conversation or things that you guys want to bring up, just as like casual stuff with Folia, or?
Yeah, I was gonna go up and talk to Folia, and I want to see if anybody else wants to join me to go talk to her.
Sure.
Roz,
Great.
Sharp, nice. Okay.
And
I think
She will gladly make casual conversation with anybody present as she's sort of prepping all of this stuff.
My question was, Peter, are you looking for people to go with you, or is Albus, like, are you opening it up for whoever wants, or is Albus being like, hey, will you guys come with me to talk to...
Oh, that's a fair point.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna kind of turn to you guys and be like, I'm gonna go talk to Folia, and that kind of prompts you to see if you want to come join as well. So I'm offering for you guys to come join me. I'm not just gonna go up there and see who follows me. I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, me?
Okay.
Oh, I said, yeah, why not?
Okay. So all of us are gonna go up and talk to her.
Yay!
Perfect.
Okay, I mean, you approach, and she's just sort of, you can see that she's got a number of leaves that look rather fresh. Actually, Albus, I know that I'm distracting you from your conversation, but do make me a double insight here real quick. Because you of all people collecting stuff like this would maybe be the most likely to notice this.
Maybe with a 9.
I'm gonna give you a bonus to this. So, namely, you don't recognize these leaves as a type of tea you're familiar with. Let's put it that way. But you can't. I'm not going to say you rolled high enough to place where the leaves are coming from, like what kind of leaves they are, if that makes sense. But you don't recognize them, and you've spent a number of time in kitchens, so that is a little odd. But yes, so as she's sort of like using like a mortar and pestle to sort of like crush up all the leaves and everything like that. But yeah, you approach her, and she kind of raises her head to acknowledge you.
I would like to immediately ask about the leaves and just go up to her and go, that is a strange set of leaves that you have there. I've never seen that before. What are they?
And she kind of smiles at the question, and she goes, well, I'm not entirely sure about the process that your friend uses to merge your dreams together. But where I come from, this would be one of the ways for us to do it. It involves a sort of merging of ourselves, taking one self into another. These leaves are mine, and she sort of moves a hand up, and you can see that there are parts of her own hair and like her shoulders and stuff that she does have leaves growing out of her. Yeah. She is a dryad, and you feel a little silly because you're like, oh, yeah, that is. I can see these are her leaves. They are the same color. You're staring at the source. essentially.
Okay.
It's like cannibalism.
Do you ask her that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, well, no, I have no need to drink it myself, but I suppose it would be more like making a tea out of the hair of a human such as yourself. Thankfully, leaves go much better into tea.
Oh, the good thing, like, I don't have a face, so she can't see my absolute disgust.
She does
You
say,
have a face. That's okay.
you kind of have a ghost face,
Biased.
but she does say, for you, however, I do have, and she sort of rummages through one of the boxes and she pulls out what looks to be sort of like an older kind of hookah type contraption, and she goes, I do believe this will work with anchorites such as yourself in order to help you merge with the ritual as well.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind.
So she could dream again?
And she goes, well, in this sense, I suppose, yes. It is possible for spirits, the undead, to enter dreamscapes and such. They are thinking beings, after all, despite not being alive. The dreamscape is what helps merge all souls, as it were. Those that think, those that can dream. Anchorites are capable of it. They simply, well, I don't need to tell you this, Miss Sharp, but you've no need for sleep, and thus your mind has no need to dream.
Yeah.
She goes, but it is fully possible. Nothing about your mind has changed in that regard. You still bear the same connection to the realm of dreams that you did before, even if it is a bit weaker and less well-traveled. She goes, but yes, the ritual often involves tea such as this, helping bring everybody in. I'm sure
Are dreams...
Go for it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Are dreams some kind of method of medicine for you?
And she goes, well, when it comes to healing the mind, I suppose you might say so. Although it might be more accurate to say that they're more like a syringe or a pill, a poultice. They're a medium more so than a medicine in and of itself. One has to interact with the mind in order to help heal it. I hope that makes sense.
It does. And I kind of look to both Steve and Roz to see if they kind of understand what she's saying too.
I mean, yeah,
Or if you
I'm
guys have
following.
follow-up
I don't.
questions to her, basically.
I don't, but I am curious if anybody else does. That makes it sound like I'm following the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Okay.
okay.
But she goes, but if you don't mind, we could clear some room as well. If you could help me, there's a table around here somewhere, and it would all go better if we had a place to sit. And she sort of kind of points to a couple of boxes and says, if we could just move these out of the way, it would help with the table. And she sort of grabs her staff, and you see there's sort of a glimmer of blue in like her eyes as she's kind of says a couple of words that you guys recognize as magical, and you can hear a sort of creaking noise as you actually see this table. It's an older table, kind of got some dust and cobwebs on it. Kind of starts walking its way out of the back of the cellar here. Just a circular table, but the legs on the bottom of it's kind of got like a little central pillar on the bottom that splits into little, 4 little points, and those points now have begun. They seem to have taken the shape of like little chicken feet, and they're kind of walking a little bit across the floor as it moves and kind of goes to try to center itself in the room, but there's still a lot of boxes and stuff in the way that would make it hard to sit around it.
Okay. I'll kind of hastily start picking up some of the boxes to move out of the way.
And once you guys have sort of got some stuff moved, the table kind of sits itself down. And she's like, and there should be some chairs, some stools, and I suppose some of the crates around here as well, so everyone has a place to sit. I apologize, this isn't where I live, and my own home has a number of more amenities than this. I wasn't really planning for so many people to come visit here. And she kind of uses a similar form of magic to help you see some of, like, there's one or two chairs and stools. Definitely not really designed for this. Like, one of them is like maybe an old like piano bench or something. One of them is like one of those stools you might use when you're like milking a cow. But every time she sort of like waves her hands and the legs begin to like move and start kind of walking themselves over to where the table is. So as she's kind of going about doing this, you guys can still continue to have a conversation with her, though.
I do want to ask her another question too about dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, as I'm doing all this, busy work, I want to ask her. So you enter their dreams, correct?
And she goes, "I can, yes."
And when you enter the dreams, do you remember what you saw while you were in there? Or do you forget?
And she says, "Well, I'm rather experienced at it at this point. I remember, typically, I should say. But your question seems..." Ooh, sorry, food. She goes,
stool sets down with
"But..."
a thump.
Yes, yeah. And she's like, "Well, but dreams are fickle things. Sometimes they are slippery in a way. They can fall out of memory quickly. It wasn't something I was always so skilled at. It took some practice. I hope that answers your question."
It does. Is there any part of you that may remain inside of them after entering their dream? I feel like it's such a personal connection you make with them.
And she kind of looks at you like you're asking very like heavy
Excellent.
questions to a certain degree. And she goes, "Well, if you're asking, does some level of connection exist? The answer is yes. But it's important to remember that those kinds of connections exist through any interaction. It doesn't need to just be a dream. There are many things. Soldiers sometimes that fight great battles together, or even feasts shared amongst people for great celebrations. These are things that can tie people together. They are moments in time that act like knots in the strings of individual lives. It's possible that some connection can remain from a dream, but once you've woken up, you are gone. You do leave the dreaming realm, at least for the time being. Rituals like this, where we all share a meal, where all of us are bound together through the imbibing of one thing, they help build the connection necessary for all of you to enter my own dreamscape. And as I have given similar things to those that we are here to help today, we will then be able to enter their dreams. There's a connection of sorts. But I believe your question has more to do with a residual stickiness, part of you being left behind. To which I would say no, that is not how it works.
Albus is nodding along, understanding mostly what you're saying, and just kind of goes, "Thank you. I appreciate the information. I apologize for the abruptness of my questions. I'm just fascinated by the methodology of how you heal." And
she goes, "Well, typically I have a number of healing potions, and other herbal remedies. They do most of the job for me, especially when I'm helping those that are wounded and need their body healed. It's these individuals here. Well, I've never seen anything quite like it. The injury is almost solely within their mind, yet it is so deeply rooted. It's been near impossible to push out, to run out, to strike from them. Is why I'm hoping your friend Kestrel can help.
And what would happen if we aren't able to save them? What will become of them? What is the plan there?
And she sort of sighs and she goes, well, if we're unable to help ease their minds, there may be no choice but to put them down, as it were. It's not something I like, and there are alternatives, albeit expensive ones. They can be put to sleep for many years, but even that requires care. They would still need to be fed and cleaned, clothed, taken care of. That's the sort of commitment that not everyone is willing to make. Although there are potions capable of putting people to sleep for such lengths. When they've awoken, they've been beset by such terror, such fear. They can't live normal lives. I'm hoping that we can rid them of this so that they can awaken and, well, return to some semblance of their lives. But, well, I suppose it would be ultimately up to their families once their families can be tracked down. I'd rather not dwell too much on that until such a time as we're forced to make those decisions. But it would be better for them, I would think, to go to sleep peacefully forever than awaken and live a mockery of life in such a way. I hope you understand.
I do. I understand the challenging decision needed to be made in these times. And that's really all the questions I have for her.
You mentioned Kestrel. I do believe that she wants to help you. I think she still has reservations. So this question I'm about to ask might go some ways to alleviating them, if it even makes any sense at all. But I'll just be direct. Did you facilitate a dreamscape for Albus last night to protect him?
And the question hits her because as she kind of digests your words, there's a look of confusion and I mean, I would say curiosity as you ask the question.
Oh,
where
God.
She goes, where she says, "No. Do you believe that someone did?"
I do. The way you described the process of bringing people together, the fact that we shared a drink of sorts last night, and what happened amongst our group members makes me wonder.
And she nods and she says, "I see. Well, as much as I'd love to take credit for something like that, it would not be honest. It would not be the truth. What is it you fear?" And she looks to Albus and she says, "What is it that you think happened last night that required assistance?"
I don't want to try and go into too much of a specific of it because she's an outsider. But I will elaborate on I just had a nightmare. I had a really bad nightmare. That was pretty much all I want to tell her.
Okay. You just said that you had a really bad nightmare.
Yep.
She kind of nods and she goes, "I see. I take it a particularly bad nightmare if it required someone to facilitate a dreamscape to protect you."
It's a nightmare I've never experienced before, and feelings of abandonment and aloneness were present.
And she sort of says, when we discussed things the other night, your friend Kestrel spoke of other things, other beings. Do you think that they were involved in this?
What were the other beings?
You guys did describe the instincts to her, did you not?
I did.
Mhm.
I
You
don't know when
did?
to shut up.
And she
Yes.
can even clarify. She can even say,
Yeah.
I believe your friend Kestrel called them instincts.
Yes, they were there.
She says, and do you think that you were under attack from these things?
Attack might be a strong word, but yes.
She goes, I apologize if my words are not accurate. I got the impression from the discussion the other night that these entities were not friendly, that they were antagonistic. If that's the case, what makes you think that these entities made an attempt at you in your dreams last night? One that would, and she kind of like looks to Rosalind and goes, one that would require outside influence, one such as myself, to protect you. Why you? Do you think this has anything to do with Casimir and those here?
That's essentially the concern I'm getting at. Yes. And between what you mentioned about your methodology and the example you gave last night of you or others in your coven being able to speak a name but have it be like instantly forgotten or just a lapse in time, several of our group have a similar recollection of the dream, but not all of them. I don't want to give it away too much, but Kestrel also can sort of experience what we did through them to piece some things together. All of it sort of seems similar to what you described, which is why I felt it necessary to ask whether it was you or someone else with the coven could do something like that, because the last time we had a companion be threatened by curiosity, there seemed to be no stopping it.
And she does sort of think, she kind of molds over some of your words. And she says, well, I can assure you that the methods by which my coven can remove things from memory is not the same as this dreamscape. At least, I would suspect that is not the case. However, let me ask you this, Albus. Have you had any other strange dreams or visions?
I've had several. This one in particular, though, has been the most intense.
And she goes, and what of the others? What were they about?
They all relate back to my people, my family, my tribe. And always my companions are with me, to an extent.
I see. She just kind of thinks on it, and she says, well, I wish I could tell you that I knew the answer to what it is that happened, but without more detail, I don't know that I can. I'm sorry.
You've been helpful. There's no reason to apologize. I just want to know more about whatever this is and whatever happened to us. And it seems that your particular set of knowledge could benefit us in some way.
And it feels as though Kestrel may be best positioned to explain this, but that's going to require a level of trust that I don't think we have yet.
She nods. She goes, well, I'm not offended. I understand that these sorts of things can be deeply personal. And then Kestrel and Gunolf and Pickle show up.
Oh, where's that word?
Yay! Hi!
Pickle!
Oh, everything's different!
There's, yes, the room is now different. There's like a table in the center of it. Probably looks like an old dining table. It takes a little bit of like kind of taking all the cobwebs and dust off of it. And then, sorry, I can see a cat where you can jump up. And there's some like crates and chairs and whatnot set up around it so everyone can take a seat. Yeah, the room is a little different. The vibes are a little bit different. There was clearly some conversations going on while you were gone. As you kind of walk into them sort of finishing up a bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah, Folia's like, welcome back, and thank you for finding Pickle. And Pickle's like, hello.
I sort of just walk up. I'm noting the change in atmosphere a little bit, but like, whatever, man. You know, I got shit going on. And I present the Pickle, and I'm like, yeah, he looks like he made some friends outside. But here you go.
Yeah,
Everything all right in here?
Yeah,
Oh.
she holds out her hand to take Pickle from you, and then she kind of puts him on the table, and he just sort of like walks in a little circle and is just looking at everybody essentially. Yeah, so I'm gonna get cleaned apparently. He sits down and you asked.
I said, everything okay in here?
No one responds. Felia says, yes, actually. Your friends are just asking me a couple of questions regarding dreams and the nature of this ritual. I was simply explaining some of it to them. I don't know how it is that you are able to merge and commune via dreams, but the ways I know of are, and she's sort of like, she kind of shows like the little tea kettle and all that stuff, and she kind of starts putting cups around the table. Yeah, she says, where I come from, the imbibing of something like this, tea or something else that's imbued with the essence of the individual, in this case myself, can help facilitate a connection between the individuals. And through that, one can welcome the others into their dreamscape. The connection isn't permanent, of course. At some point, the tea will leave your system. But at least for the time being, it will be possible.
I see. Mine's a little bit different, yeah. Some same, though. A bit more permanent, though. And
that just make her kind of raise her eyes a little bit. She goes, oh, permanent, you say?
I mean, I could, in theory, retract it, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't just go away over time. It requires conscious will.
And she goes, interesting. Well, my understanding is that you want to ensure that you can trust me before.
Yes.
And she nods.
And I think... Oh, sorry. You want to go?
No.
I'll go.
Well,
All right. And I'm like, and to that end, I'm going to ask you to demonstrate to me that you are somebody I should trust. And make that bond with me. The same I share with my companions.
And she says, well, of course. Would you like... she goes, well, how would you like to do this? And she sort of takes one of the cups and the tea kettle and fills it with tea. It's warm, kind of, bubbly. And she kind of hands you the cup and she says, if you sip this, I can bring you into my own dreamscape. That is how it is done on my end.
Hmm.
I can do that first if you wish, or you can show me your own dreamscape. Whichever you would be more comfortable with.
I'd like to see yours, but I may even show you mine. But and I take the teacup, and I'm just a little controversial. I'm gonna bite the inside of my hand, right around where the thumb is, and I'm going to add a few drops of my blood to it. And I am going to say, we should both drink so that the bond is mutual.
Oh
This is
shit.
how I share mine.
And so she grabs another cup, one of the many she's sort of got set aside, and she holds it up kind of next to yours so that you can pour some of yours into hers.
Sure, I'm just gonna add some more, here, have some more blood. You got a teaspoon around here somewhere so I can stir it up?
Sure, there's a teaspoon. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stir mine up, and, and this way, the link is two-way.
And she nods, and she goes, I understand.
I don't think she does, but that's okay.
What do you mean you don't think she does?
I don't think she knows everything that she's getting into, but that's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. All right, are we gonna cheers? Tink, bottoms up.
Yep, you pour some of your stuff into her glass, I assume.
Mhm.
Some of the blood.
Yeah, my blood. I go, blood, blood, blood.
Mm-hmm. And she gives it a good little stir, and then she kind of holds out the glass and clink. The two of you clink them together.
Clink it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you down it.
I bottoms up. Both
Okay.
go.
You both go. You
Yep.
both down them together. And once you're both done, she sort of sets her cup aside, and you're welcome to set your cup aside as well if you want.
Sure, I'm going to.
And she then sort of once it's there, once her hands are clear, she sort of closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. There's a brief moment, and then she says, all right. And she then she goes, if I may, and she kind of holds her hand up to kind of show you that she's going to touch your head, essentially.
I just kind of hold my hand out for her to take, but because that's usually how I do it. But
She wants to touch your head.
okay.
She there's a moment where she sees that you're holding your hand out to hold, and she kind of changes what she's doing, and she actually grabs your hand, and then she sort of looks over to the table, and she gives a nod, and you see Pickle, and he just goes, dream, like that. And as soon as he says it, the two of you, there's a moment where to everyone else on the outside, you just see the two of them sort of their eyes kind of close, and there's sort of rapid eye movement, essentially.
Oh god. That's so scary.
And
I hate that.
you hate that, huh? Well, it's
Oh
happening.
god. Have you ever I was at a sleepover one time, and there were people near me that were just oh, this looks so gross. Fucking zombies.
I watched my fiance pass out, and then I took him to the ER, and that was scary.
Okay, that's scarier for sure.
Yeah, no, I just that the rapid eye movement, doing shit in your sleep stuff was present. Anyway, I'm relating to that right now.
Well, hello, people. I'm still here. Okay.
Well, okay.
I was
there
just
it
talking
goes.
to everybody else in the stream because
Whoa.
I was the only one who was still here.
You get I can
was
see
weird.
Chris
moving,
move.
and I was like, "What is happening?"
I don't know how that happened, where I was the only one who survived it, but it doesn't matter. We're here together.
Okay. What did we miss? What did we catch?
I don't know. I was just talking about
I
my
didn't say
fiance
anything.
dying.
It was basically like
Yeah.
it cut off perfectly where Maya had said something about like I was just trying to relate, and then everybody froze for about 10 seconds. So
Okay.
Mhm.
So what I was saying is, even though you can relate, Maya, Kestrel isn't having that experience. Everyone
No.
else sees the eyes flickering and kind of roll back into the head. But for you, Kestrel, what you experience is this drift. It's like you're just being sort of like pulled, or you're almost falling back, and you find yourself sort of almost stumbling awake, standing in a place that is very different than what you recognize from, like, you've never been here before. And how could you be? You are sort of standing inside what almost looks like an enchanted forest or bog. It's dark. There's this sort of ever-present clinging fog hiding amongst oh no.
Oh,
We've lost.
we are places. We
Oh,
lost.
no. We lost a Sean.
We lost Sean.
No.
I can
Oh.
temporarily fix that, but then it's just gonna get ruined again when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that it's worth it.
We can just wait.
Yeah,
I
just wait it out.
I blame Zag.
We'll just be
right here.
It'll be
So
okay.
some of you
Yep.
will be halfway in the frame for a while. It's okay. You got co-DMs at top,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
Peter.
me
Oh my
and
God.
Zag.
Peter will now be playing the role of
Touch
Steve,
tips.
and Maya's now Albus.
I'm Kestrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your best,
So-
Kestrel.
Everybody gets 5 levels and
No.
another heroic
Oh,
skill.
he got booted. Oh, we would have
No.
had 5
There
levels.
he is.
Hello.
What happened?
Doug built a janky computer. Fuck.
Ah.
What? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter what you caught last, Sean.
You guys
kind
can't
of.
hear me, I don't think.
Well, we
Or
can.
you
we
now?
can. We
No, we
can.
can.
Discord keeps giving me a message saying it cannot pick up my mic. That's what's
Oh.
happening.
That's
But
weird.
you're obviously lying to me because you can hear
Yeah.
me.
Every now
Oh,
and
come
then
on.
it's cut off maybe the very start of your sentence, like it's almost like the gain's a little too low, but for the most part we've been able to hear you.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Zag, are you gonna be okay? You good? So, Kestrel, you find yourself almost falling backwards in your mind, stumbling out of the darkness of this nothingness into a place that looks like a sort of enchanted bog or forest. And it takes your mind a second to recognize that there's a level of familiarity to this, and that when you enter your own dreamscape, when you connect with the grove, you are sort of in a clearing surrounded by trees. And, you know, it's almost like the starting point towards venturing deeper into the grove, into the self. And there's an element of that present here in this place, although the trees, the forest, everything about it is different. It is magical, yet haunted in a way that is so very different than what you are used to. There are no trees of flesh and bone. There are no rivers of blood off in the distance. This is a place that is clung to by mists, where as you look up into the sky, you see just night, just stars in every direction. It is, despite the forest being so hazy, the night sky is in a way surprisingly clear and filled with stars. And the trees themselves are unlike any that you've seen before. They have this this knotting, this scarring to them that gives them a texture unlike anything that you've seen in the small glimpses of nature so far. You know, you're used to bark, But this is a bark that is almost damaged, yet the damage has a sort of design to it. There is letters or runes. There are symbols, things marked and carved into all of these trees around you, in a way that is both obviously unnatural, but you also can't help but feel like it's grown into the trees. They aren't fresh cuts. There's no scarring. There's no like fresh scars with sap or anything of the sort. These are things that the trees have simply grown with, and they have been here a while. And unlike your own grove, there is a pond that dominates the center section of this clearing. One with just a handful of like rocks and little like glowing mushrooms and some bits of little plant life, and the water that rests on the top of it is like crystal clear, almost mirror-like, save for the one small rock in the center of it. It would almost like, I guess I should say, it would look like a mirror, save for the one rock in the center of it, on which you see Pickle just sitting and looking at this sorry, what is my cat doing? Looking at this pond, there's a moment of like unease, because as you look down into it, the sky that's reflected is not the one up above. There are far more stars and shapes and colors in the pond than there are when you look up and glance above you. But there are other details hidden amongst the mist. You can see that there appears to be some sort of structure, dark, brooding, in one direction of the trees, and you can see that there is another direction that seems to have this sort of splash of color to it. The leaves seem to have a vibrancy and a number of colors that really seem unnatural or out of place to them. But as you look around this place, it takes you a second to recognize that you aren't alone. Not just this Pickle there, but Folia is there as well. And you kind of have to find your feet, so to speak, in this dream space. But there is Folia. She is there, but she looks both the same and different than what you recognize. She looks much like herself, but there is the kind of wood that twists into her horns, because she's like a deer, and the bits of wood that kind of grow off of her, they're bigger. There are leaves. There are little bundles and little bushels of leaves that are growing from her, parts of her that were not before. And where there was just a lot of like subtle fur to her, now you can see that so much of her just looks like wood. And you'll recognize that in so many ways she looks like both the dryad that you know, and she looks like the small bonsai tree that sits at the top of her staff. She is in many ways both of them at the same time, overlaid with one another. But you look around, you take it in, and she stands there, letting you do so, until eventually she speaks up and says, "So, what do you think? Is it as you know, your own grove, or is it different?"